During these times of trials and tribulations, I'm also strictly maintaining meditations, taking nothing for granted, the type to give it if I had it, practice the Sabbath, passes the savage, that's why I bake the cabbage, breaking bad habits, see there's no method to the madness, far from the average, sometimes I have this vision, maybe it's just my premonitions that I didn't listen to. The basic principles and fundamentals, build on these jewels, man-made rules, confused individuals, old school rituals. I'm here today and pray to see tomorrow. Bums no longer beg a plea, but now they try to borrow. The sorrow of the world evaporating in your face without a trace. What can you make to maintain and keep the faith? Now I mean, Thuro Magazine, that's what it is, yo. Spot straight from Brooklyn, New York. One love, Thuro.
That's what's up, baby.
ThuroMagazine.com.
Spot runner, son of a mother, brother, and a father. One step further, let's proceed. Speeding in the fast lane. Back in the days, they went hard for a small change. Soldiers died without a cause, so we make the rules, then we break the laws. I got mine, so get yours. Boss in the industry, shorties love the steezy. Take it easy when you see me. We live life like reality TV. The camera's always rolling like the clock don't stop. Got a green thumb from the stocks, breaking up the crops, hops, marinating, hooking up the special brew. I chop it up with the crew, then it's back to power moves. Modern day blues is gone, this ain't the same old song. For the originals that put it down, I gotta live on. If your word is your bond, would it be hard to hold on?
Yo, what up, everybody? It's Willie C. Lyles Jr. with ThuroMagazine.com coming to you once again live from the SafeHouse. And this time, I am with S.P.O.T. S.P.O.T. Somebody, if you don't know about, you need to know about. What's going on with you, baby?
Yo, I'm good, man. Maintaining over here in New York, man. How's things over there in Indiana?
Oh, everything is good, man. Before we get into the interview, it's one question I wanted to ask you about your name, man. I love your name. I know what it stands for, but a lot of people out there may not know what S.P.O.T. stands for. I want you to break it down and tell me the story about how you came up with that name.
Well, my name is Spot S.P.O.T, which stands for Strategy Produces Overall Thought. I got my name initially as a b-boy. I started by the name of Spotlight, and after time passed a little while, I took on the name Spot, and I started, doing a little rapping here and there on the side, and my older brother, he gave me the acronym Strategy Produces Overall Thought because of the way that I was composing my lyrics and everything. He noticed that I was very thoughtful in what I was saying, and that's how the whole name came about.
Okay, so what kind of got you into hip hop? You started off as a b-boy, you kind of got into the rhyming. What got you to this point right now?
Just a lot of hard work, man. Actually what happened was I went on a trip overseas to Holland back in the days, and I was discovered by this DJ by the name of DCS in Rotterdam, and that was when I decided to take, just writing rhymes, doing verses here and there. That's when I decided to really sit down and start composing songs.
Okay. Alright, hey, well, let's get into your latest projects, man. What you got out right now? Because when I first heard you, I don't know which mixtape it came from, but when I first heard you, I was just like, oh my God, this is somebody who I need to talk to. This is somebody who I need to introduce to my audience, because this is, you are a lyricist. What type of projects do you have out right now that people can go check out to see what Spot is all about?
Well, my most recent project is an album called The Duets, and it's a project where, I linked up with a bunch of different artists from all over the world. I got MCs from London, production from Germany, artists from France, rocking with me, people from all different states within the nation, rocking with me. And that's my latest project that just came out on July 31st. And prior to that, I did my first solo project, which was entitled the album called A Mixtape. And that's something else that people could go and pick up. You could check everything out on our website, downtoearthrecords.com.
Okay. All right. So how is it like being received overseas? What are they saying about you over there?
Well, that's where I started, man. To be honest with you, that's where I started as a solo artist. That's where I decided, I wanted to start making music, because over there they were very receptive to what I was doing. It's not really like what you'll hear right now commercially on the radio. A lot of material things. I found that I think, my understanding was like, I think they can't relate to that. Over there, they can't really relate to a lot of that stuff. But they could relate to my music because it's a little bit more realistic. It's a little bit more heartfelt. People could agree and side and understand where I'm coming from. Because I'm telling true stories, things that probably, a lot of people have been through, so they accepted it. They embraced me over there overseas.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, love is love. All right, man. What separates you as an artist from most of these cats? I ask this question to certain people that I really dig as an artist because I want to know what's their viewpoint of what they bring to the table versus everybody out here else in the hip hop game, what they trying to do.
I think one thing that I try to do, I try not to be influenced by what a lot of other people are doing. For the most part, I don't really listen to a lot of what's going on outside of my immediate circle. I have a lot of artists that I'm lucky to be friends with, and I like to channel into what they're doing, and I'll also listen to some things that people wouldn't even think that I listen to, like alternative rock. Of course, I listen to reggae, but a lot of the hip hop that's out there right now, I don't even really pay attention to it, man. I think that's what separates me from a lot of the artists. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing, because I just don't tune into it. I try to stay away from it so I can just stay true to what I'm doing.
Okay, all right, so you can't get corrupted by the bullshit that's out there. I like that answer. I like that answer in you. All right, man. Do you view yourself as an artist, an MC, a rapper, a storyteller, a conscious rapper? What would perfectly describe S.P.O.T?
It's hard, man. It's hard for me to put myself in one category. I mean, if you had the chance to listen to any of my material, you see that for yourself. A lot of my songs, it's very diverse. I'll talk about anything. I got the typical weed song. I got the song about the girls. I try to do a little bit of everything. Because it's reality. Like for me, my music is about things that I've gone through, things that I've seen my close friends go through. So it's not far-fetched. It's not fiction. It's very realistic. So it's hard for me to say because on some tracks I may be looked at the conscious rapper, but then on another track, I do something for the streets, just to let people know, that's where it all started, back in Brooklyn, Brooklyn Ave. I want to shout out to all my people out there, that's watching me right now on the come up, what I'm saying, doing big things. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
Okay, all right. I got one more quick question for you, man. What is your goal when you pick up the mic? What do you want to accomplish when you pick up the mic?
My goal is to connect with at least one person, that could feel it in their heart, and say, what, this guy, he's not just making music for money or for fans or to be popular. He's doing it for the love. What I'm saying? He's doing it so that the lyrics flow nice with the beat. And he's composing music, just music that's gonna live forever. That's the one thing that I want to do. I want to create timeless music. It's funny because I was just talking to one of my boys about the duets, and he was asking me, like how long I've been working on that project, and I told him some of those songs, I recorded some of those songs 5 years ago, and it was a tough project working with all these different artists and getting it together, and that's the one thing, it's just to keep it timeless,
I got you. Alright, with S.P.O.T, man, I want to let you know, man, until you have been recognized by Thuro magazine, you are not certified, and you have just been recognized by Thuro magazine. You have just conducted an interview with Thuro magazine, so you are officially certified. I want everybody to go out there and cop duets, cop the mixtape, the album, don't call it the mixtape. I want them to go out and cop all your projects, man, because you're doing real good hip hop. This is what hip hop needs, instead of being flooded with some of the bullshit out there. So I want to commend you on what you're doing, man. Keep up the good work. Love is love. Hey, ThuroMagazine.com, Willie C. Lyles Jr., my man S.P.O.T. Shouts out to the other half of Thuro Magazine as always, Jay Addison. Hey, y'all go out and support good hip hop, man. S.P.O.T. Strategy produces overall thought. I want y'all to go out and get this man, alright? I want y'all to go out and get this man, do what he do. Spot.
Alright, yo, shout out to Thuro Magazine, man. Yo, thanks for reaching out, yo, man. Thanks for appreciating my music, man. Yo, one love, man. I appreciate you guys, man. All the support, you know?
That's what's up, baby. ThuroMagazine.com. Live with SafeHouse.
Let me speak on it, you know what I mean? Real. Peace, my brother. I know it's been a while since we spoke. If you've been keeping up with the latest, you already know this game is a joke. I wrote a song called Maintain and had to explain. The proof was in the pudding and most couldn't see it in the daylight. So they take away the 5 mics and give you 3 strikes. This ain't a friendly game of baseball, America's past life. You couldn't fool me once, so what would make you think that you can fool me twice? We do the knowledge every day and I can't sleep at night.
Can't wake up neither, ain't paid, sunk deeper sleep, feeling like I'm in 8th grade. I puff reefer, stress with a wheeze in my chest, depressed, complex, but deep down I know we the best. Who's the quest for the epic event? Power 7 figures at the blessings begin. Live this life, we got our own estates in different states. Get this rice and beans, steaks, fries, name your price, let's make the millions.
Power to the people need the power. Prepare the